Recall that Jesus turned water into wine at Canaan, and there was a need for it. Recall Luke 4 says that Satan asked Jesus to turn stone into bread. Was there a need for it? Yes, there was. Remember that Jesus had been fasting for 40 days and 40 nights. As such, he was very, very hungry. So what was wrong, or what was it sinful for Jesus to have turned water into wine, but then he couldn't, or he chose not to turn bread into stone? In both instances, there were great needs. So why didn't Jesus do it? Jesus realized that if he had listened to the voice of Satan, Satan would have become his Lord. Listen, friend, the voice to whom you yield to is the voice of whom you obey, is the voice of whom becomes your Lord and your master. This was what Jesus recognized. The sin was not in the act of turning stone into bread. The sin was in the motive behind, the reason behind Satan wanting Jesus to yield to his bidding. And as a believer, remember that 1 Corinthians 10:23 says that all things are lawful, but not all things are expedient. You get to a point in your Christian, and I'm talking particularly to men of God, pastors, you get to a point in your Christian life that it is not everything that appears lawful that you do. Whose voice do you listen to? Whose voice are you obeying?